Okay, so we're going to talk about how to fill out a job application this morning, or this afternoon, or tonight, whatever time of the day you're watching this video. There's two ways to fill out a job application. The first way can be on a piece of paper with a pen, and the second way is online. Today, most businesses are going to have online applications, which means you go to their website and you look and see if you can find an application online. And you fill it out and you press submit, and it sends that way. A lot of online applications allow you to upload resumes, cover letters, and other documents to that. So that's where those documents that we've made a couple of weeks back, your resumes and your cover letters, will come in handy. Because not only will they want an application, they'll want a resume too. And the other way is by going into the business and asking them if they're hiring. And if they say yes, they're hiring, then you ask for an application to fill out. You can either bring it home and you can fill it out at home and get the help from your family from a family member or a friend to help you understand what some of the questions are asking, or you can sit there in the business and fill it out then. So the first thing I'm going to show you is a paper job application. So if you got this job application right here on a piece of paper, this is how you would fill it out. Let's say you walk into the business and you ask them if they are hiring, and they give you this piece of paper and you would complete this with a pen. So this person says they want your name, your first MI right there, that stands for middle initial and last. So my name is Lauren Cunningham Perry. So I would type Lauren, or I would write with a pen, I'm sorry, Lauren C. Perry. This is my social security number. This is a number that everyone has. If you have not memorized this number, you need to go and ask your family member, your mother, your dad, for this number, and you need to learn this. This is the address that you live, mailing address, your city, what city do you live in, what state, and what's your zip code. This is your personal telephone number, and if there's another way or another telephone to reach you, if you have I would put my cell phone here, and if you have a house phone, put that here. If you are under 18, you need to list your age. So this person asks, if you were 18, they want to know how old you are. Are you 16? Are you 17? Then here you would put your email. Now we're down here, they are asking for job type. Okay, so they're asking you what type of hours do you like at work? Do you care? If you don't care, you would check no preference. If let's say you're really, really busy on Monday and Tuesday, well, you're not going to check Monday and Tuesday, but you may check Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Are you wanting to work full time, which is 40 hours or more a week? Or are you wanting to work less than 40 hours a week? Or do you not care? You could do full or part time. Okay, here they're asking how many hours can you work per week? Can you work 10? Can you work 30? Can you work 40? They want to know. Do you work nights? When can you start is what the date available to begin means. Okay. This company says, have you ever been employed by this organization in the past? Yes or no, you would check. I certify that I am a U.S. citizen, permanent resident, or foreign national with authorization to work in the U.S. Are you a U.S. citizen? You're going to check yes. Have you ever been convicted of or entered a plea of guilty, no contest, or have withheld judgment to felony? Yes or no. So have you been to jail? Yes or no. And if you check yes, you're going to have to explain what that was. Do you have a driver's license? If you have a driver's license and you drive a car, then you're going to check yes. If you don't, then you're going to check no. If you have a driver's license, they want to know your number, issued in what state. Sorry, guys. And have you had any accidents during the past 3 weeks? How many? How many moving violations during the past 3 years? How many? Okay, here they want to know your experience. So as a past student, this is what I would put. I would put the high school that you attended last here. It's the school name, location, they want the mailing address of the school. How many years were you at that school? Major or degree or diploma, you're not going to put that. What you would type though would be N dash A on both of these areas. College or business trade school. Some of you may have been to more than one college before. You're going to start with the most recent, which is currently University of South Alabama. So you're going to write that here. Put the address. How many years have you been? So you would just put 1 as of right now. And let's say you went to Faulkner before. You're going to complete that information also. They want to know, have you ever been in the armed forces? Yes, no. Are you now a member of the National Guard? Yes or no. And they want to know your date entered and your discharge date. Okay, now they want to know about your previous work experience. They want to know, start with the most recent. So the job that you left most recently is the one you're going to complete. So the company, what is the name of the business or the place you work? What is the name of your boss? How many hours did you work per week? What was the address of this business? What date, that means month, date, and year did you start? Starting salary. Salary means money. How much money did you start off making? Okay, they want to know your city, your state, and zip code that go to that company. They need to know the end date. What day did you quit working? Again, this is the month, the date, and the year. And they want to know the last amount that you had been paid. Okay, and they want to know the phone numbers, the business's phone number, and they also want to know your last job title. Okay, so let's say you worked at Starbucks. So you're going to put Starbucks here, and your job title would have been barista, which means someone who makes coffee. So that would be your last job title. The name of your last supervisor would be the boss's at Starbucks name. Under here, you're going to list the jobs that you did and the duties you performed. So if you worked at Starbucks and you took orders, you're going to write take orders, um, handle customer situations, make coffee, maybe you organized and stacked materials. Um, but you're going to list all the things that you may have done. And they want to know, can they contact this employer? Can they call this employer to verify and make sure that you really did work there? Okay, and so here, if you've worked 2 jobs recently, then you can fill out your most recent job here, and your second most recent job right in this area. Okay, this is your last page, and they ask if you had 3 recent jobs, and you can add the last job right there. Here, they want to know references. A reference is a person who is not a family member, um, and they're not a close friend. They're someone that has been able to see you work in the past, and they know your work ethic. Because the business does not want to call your mom and find out your work ethic, because your mom wants you to have a job. So, of course, she's going to say that you're a hard worker. They want to know someone who they can call that can give them accurate information about how good of a worker you are. So, whenever you put a reference down, you're going to put their name, their phone number, circumstances of your acquaintance. This means, how do you know them? Were they a coworker? Were they a customer that came in frequently and that was able to see how well you worked? And they would like you to list 4. Now, this person made it very clear, exclude relatives and former employers. That means they don't want your boss's information, because up here, they should have your boss's information under last supervisor. Okay, the last statement says, I certify that all answers and statements on this application are true and complete to the very best of my knowledge. I understand that should this application contain any false or misleading information, my application may be rejected or my employment with this company terminated. Here, you would sign your name in cursive, not print, because that's what formal paperwork, that's what they need. And then you put the date that you turn the application in. Okay? Now, this application has 4 pages. All applications are not this way. This application only has 2, but they ask some of the same questions but in different ways. You see, they wanted to know your last name first. If you look here, they want to know your first name, middle name, last name. This one says last, first, middle. They want to know your street address. They want to know your contact information. They want to know what position, SALT, that means what position are you wanting to apply for. They want to know how did you learn about this company. They also want to know your high school background and your college background and any training or other education you may have. Here, they want to know the areas of skills that you have. And then here, they want to know your previous work experience. Every application is going to look totally different. It's very rare that you fill out two applications that look the same. So that's why it's important to pay attention to what these words say because each application wants something different. And they may all want the same things, but they're going to say it in a different way. So you have to pay attention and get familiar with the words.